They are international young leaders who are dedicated to building peace beyond nationalities, borders, and religions across the globe.
Young Ambassadors for Peace sometimes start their own foundations, start their own NGOs.
I think the Young Ambassador for Peace program is really, really powerful. It's huge because you're looking at individuals who are going to make a difference and relate that to other people who are, the same age as them.
A Youth Ambassador for Peace, I feel, is someone who really dares to challenge the status quo, someone who decides to commit their life to something of a higher purpose.
Young Ambassadors for Peace have been engaging in peacemaking efforts around the world. In 2007, they met with US policymakers, including Richard Armitage, Senator Richard Lugar, Congressman Charles Rangel, and Senator John McCain to discuss peace in Northeast Asia. They took part in a meeting at the UN Asia Pacific headquarters in Thailand, attended by the Deputy Prime Minister of the country. At the United Nations in New York, they hosted an international leadership conference attended by the Chinese permanent representative. At the International Youth Summit in the Philippines, committed young ambassadors for peace, such as the governor of Lanao del Norte in Mindanao, took ownership of the vision of one family under God. In 2008, young leaders from 80 nations convened in Paraguay to find a way to build a global leadership base for sustainable peace. In the Middle East, Young Ambassadors for Peace have hosted 6 interfaith youth leadership initiatives. The Youth Federation for World Peace is a founding partner of the Global Peace Festivals, which have been held around the world, and Young Ambassadors for Peace have been actively contributing to this movement to promote interfaith harmony, strong families, and a culture of service.
Young Ambassadors for Peace serve the desire of the young people to really challenge themselves and to go beyond their barriers.
I just came tonight to show my affection and my deep-seated admiration for us, for all of you, the students, the youth.
Let us make a solemn pledge to lead the world to peace through the vision of one family under God.
Most recently, Young Ambassadors for Peace joined together for an international peace summit organized by the Youth Federation for World Peace, held at the UN Africa headquarters in Nairobi, Kenya. They discussed ways to foster peace not only in Kenya, but throughout the African continent and the world. This came on the foundation of the Global Peace Festival in August 2008, which brought to Kenya the unifying vision of one family under God.
It is fitting that this Global Peace Festival should take place here in Kenya, coming a few months after the major crisis we had in this country in January and February.
I am convinced that this Young Ambassadors for Peace program will impact young people to take this global message of one family under God to the ends of the earth and bring together young leaders who want to change their world and their nation positively.
The message Young Ambassadors for Peace convey and embody consists of 5 core principles. We are one human family created by God, the ultimate reality. The highest qualities of the human being are spiritual and moral in nature. The family is the school of love and peace. Living for the sake of others is the way to reconcile the divided human family. Peace comes through cooperation beyond the boundaries of ethnicity, religion, and nationalities. Young Ambassadors for Peace are working in many ways and in many fields as they model these peace principles for others.
Young Ambassadors for Peace are sometimes a member of the government, and within their government role, they do what they can to make those decisions and to put in place those policies that will lead to peaceful resolution of conflicts.
We are focusing on increasing youth participation in public life, outreaching youth. We have more than 40,000 youth members from all over Jordan, and we are finding new opportunities to train them in different skills that they need in their life.
We work with young girls and train them to channel their leadership skills into politics. Just make them see the connection of their daily life with what's going on in the political fulfilled.
I'm standing at the banks of the Nairobi River where the
most respected, one of the most loved by the young people. Janet Mbugua was awarded as an ambassador for peace, and I am sure she will use her position as an ambassador for peace to come up with stories that inspire the next generation of leaders to come up with initiatives that can change this country.
Janet Mbugua, KTN for Impact Zone.
I think it's about time that we came together as young people and just got involved in peace-building initiatives around the world.
Educating our young men and women is the priority of priorities, because this is the generation that will take the mantle from the older generation, and it is the generation that will pass over the baton to the next generation.
I think it's very, very important for youth to be engaged in leadership, not only political but social, because youth have creative minds. And if they take the passion of leadership in their hearts, they can come up with ideas, they can come up with projects that can promote peace.
There's a need for young people to take over. After all, each generation prepares for another generation. The youth, in fact, are going to be the leaders tomorrow.